Well, listen, I think the thing that was most jarring was the 11-year period that covers the pardon. And it is a full and unconditional pardon, not just on the two convictions that Hunter Biden faced, but covering the entire time span that was being investigated by the House Oversight Committee with respect to the foreign dollars that were pouring into the Biden family. And remember, Joe Biden stood on stage in 2020 and denied outright that his family ever received a single cent from China. And that was false. That was a lie. And he knew it to be a lie, and yet he declared it definitively to the American people. And I think the fact that he is covering 11 years is really the most jarring aspect of the pardon. Anybody can understand a father wanting to protect his son. That in and of itself does not surprise me. Obviously, he lied to the American people when he said he was not going to pardon his son. But, you know, if anyone was truly surprised by this, they were living under a rock.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us were surprised. Again, he wanted to pardon his own child. We had Judge Andrew Napolitano on earlier, but he said usually pardons are for specific crimes, a specific sentence. As you said, this was an 11-year blanket pardon. You don't see that. And the last time we saw something of this size was, of course, Richard Nixon. It's remarkable. And
by the way, that covered his time period as president of the United States. Hunter Biden is not president of the United States.
Yes. Yeah, you make a great point. And I just wonder what kind of precedent this sets. And now we're seeing many of your Democrat counterparts saying that this puts family over country. And that's not a good look, Congressman.
Well, especially after the sanctimonious lectures that we all endured over the last few years about Democrats protecting democracy and Republicans being fascists and the greatest threat to the Constitution. The fact is, Joe Biden, on his way out the door, pardoned his son, who was convicted of multiple crimes, including tax evasion. And, you know, when you look at the foreign money that poured into the Biden family, $24 million funneled through 20 shell companies, including money that ultimately made its way through Jim and Sarah Biden's bank account to Joe Biden. So there are a lot of questions still to be answered. And frankly, Hunter Biden, now that he is completely precluded from facing any prosecution, is likely to face subpoena and have to answer questions related to these business dealings, and can't hide behind the Fifth Amendment and the right to avoid self-incrimination.